Rabbit. I'm gonna have it put on my stone, on my tombstone, rabbit. In my case, things were kind of easy because my folks have always been able to make a good living in order to feed and clothe and send me and my three sisters to school. It wasn't all that easy for a lot of people because that was during the Depression also that people had a hard time. And in the store that we had, a lot of the people, my dad and my grandmas and everybody, they used to give everybody food. And in return, they would bring vegetables, eggs, chickens, and what have you, in return for the food that my folks had given them. We've always been in politics. My folks, my dad especially, my grandfather, and my uncle, they've always been in politics. And I grew up listening to them talk about different politicians back in the 50s and the 40s or whatever, you know, during the presidential elections and senator elections. And they would always, I always used to hear him talk, said, we be elected all these officials to help us, and all they do is raise our taxes. They raise the taxes and make us pay more insurance. Now, how in the world are they helping us? So they said, we got to vote against this guy, and then I listened, and as I grew up, I used to go to a place named Cisco Bakery, and there was a big political place, and I learned quite a bit there too. The opportunity arose at the time I was there at Cisco Bakery, you know, and that little small place, and it came available, and I asked Rudy, could I rent it from him? He said, yeah, go ahead and start running it. So I started, and it started growing. And after it grew a little bit, the opportunity to buy Rabbit's Lounge, I did that, and I moved over there in 1969. I had started in 1967. And in '69, I moved to the corner of 6th and Chicon. And ever since then, till now, it's still there. We had lots of softball in Austin, Texas. We had a lot of teams on the east side, and they were all Latin, and Rabbit's was one of the only places to drink at. So I had all that business, and that's how I made it grow. And I got to know a lot of people, and all those people helped me in the politics. And there were so many that they could help do anything. Some of them drew signs. We had artists to draw signs. We had artists to write letters. We had people that could talk good, and go into the neighbors and talk to the people about voting and voting for the people that we were supporting. But the softball was big, big, big. I say the softball was what made Rabbit's Lounge.